So within the decodables, I used her teaching pacing, her teacher's guide for her specific decodables, and then also as we would move past those, alter them myself, as she just gave us some free resources, and then I kind of am able to make my own after I got the gist of the guide and the routine and the warm-up and all those things. So I shared an example on my slides, but just talking about, so we would be working on short vowels, the decodable words that are going to be in that book as the student was reading them. And after we did our warm-up, I was able to track which ones they did. And then, so we have our introduction and guided practice. Kind of, I get to pick what they're doing while they're reading. If they're reading with me, or choral reading, depending on their level, or echo reading with a partner, etc. Some comprehension questions, and then how to extend that with writing if we're able to, or like a seek and find of words, that type of thing, to challenge them. I also, with that group specifically, and then of course this led into my higher groups, which I liked, I was able to differentiate kind of what I'm learning, but on a bigger scale with the benchmark phonics assessments. So I was able to, so it breaks it down. Most of my kids in first grade know their letters and sounds coming in. So I would skip any section that I already knew that they knew, but those lower kids were reviewing some of those sounds to get that consistency, and then really working on those CVC words. And a lot of these are nonsense words, so working and making sure that we're not tapping them out, we're reading them fluently, and then applying them in a sentence to see where they're at. And then it breaks that down and kind of goes in the order of learning. So even in first grade, we started the year with reviewing CVC short vowel words, moved into common beginning and endings, then CVC, CVCC words, and then silent E. And now we're, as a whole class, have been learning controlled R. So there's that. And then it can even go into my higher kids to do like advanced consonant sounds. So I really like this assessment because it helps guide my instruction to then figure out which texts to pull for my kiddos and which groups to have.